What has 2018 taught you so far, either in your personal life or your music career?
Well, we can go both ways if you want to. We can talk personal or music, you know what I'm saying? So let's do music first.
Okay.
2018 taught me that, like you really have to pay attention to what's going on. A lot of people that's in the game, they're not paying attention to what's going on. I'm gonna use this as a real quick example. Um, a lot of rappers I encounter, and not all the time from up this way, but a lot of times it be sometimes from up north. Not all the time, but some of the time. A lot of guys down south, I don't find this, but down south dudes, I've found this also. But it just be, I ain't gonna even put a geographical niche on it. I'm gonna say people that just don't really just know the game. So they'll say, man, I want to do a verse, right? And they'll say, I want a 16. And I'm like, bro, nobody does 16s. Like, literally, nobody does 16s. So, and then I have to explain to them, I say, well, pay attention. When the DJ's playing a song in the club, and you want your song in the club. So if DJ's playing a song in the club, if you got a 16, man, what, they gonna play half your verse and cut you off and go to the next? Because nobody's spinning a 16, because see, the club's fast now. It's turned up. And they let me know that the person who wants the verse from me, they don't know the game, because it's like nobody raps 16 unless you're rapping an intro or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like personal, man, it just taught me that, like it's 2018. People have encountered snakes. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has snakes and crossouts all their life. So, and then there's people that's good people, like people you can lay your wallet down and your money down and your jewelry down. You ain't got to worry about nobody running off with it or stealing it. You got to keep them people real close, and you got the love on them, because everybody that was with us last year and the year before that ain't here no more. So you got to be kind of mindful of that. I lost a dear friend of mine this year, and I lost a dear friend of mine year before last. Toward the end, and it's just like it just was messed up, because it was kind of like a back-to-back situation, because we all knew each other, and it just was like, dog, one of them was in a car accident, and one of them got murdered. So it's just like, when you got real people that you grew up with, came up with, people that's like your brother, like your sister. Matter of fact, let me say this: my little sister, man, she was in a bad car wreck, and almost died, and that was this year. That happened this year. That happened maybe 4 months ago. She almost died. You know what I'm saying? They said if wherever was going on, if it would have broke, her neck would have broke, because it cracked part of her neck, and if it would have been like a centimeter more, they said you'd either been paralyzed from waist down. They said that's for sure, but they said, but most likely you'd have been dead. You just would have went out, bam, goodbye. So it just, man, you gotta. It's not a time. 2018 ain't a time for getting into it with your best friend, and you know what I'm saying. Like, this ain't that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, people that need to squash all the internal beefs with their people, and you gotta love on them people, man, because everybody ain't gonna be here, you know what I'm saying?
When it comes to death, how often do you think about it?
Everybody thinks about it, so I'm gonna say this. This year, I thought about it maybe more than once or twice, because I had two situations, like I say, one of my people got killed, and then a guy at a club shot on us when we was leaving the club, and the bullet came on my side of the car. So I just was like, man, the devil busy out here, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was a small altercation. It wasn't nothing like, like a rap beef or nothing like that. It just was, we walked leaving out the club. My guy that be with me got into an altercation, and the guy was just on my side, so that's where the bullets came, which, once you gifted by association anyway, I'm riding with mines regardless, right or wrong. So, but it was nothing though. I mean, it was just like you bump heads with somebody in the street, and then, yeah. But I just, I thought about it a couple of more times more than usual, but you gotta be mindful of death, because your day coming, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you dwell on that, but I mean, you know, everybody I'm sure thinks about, man, what if, you know, this happened this year or tomorrow, or you know what I'm saying? Well, I thought about it a couple times this year.
How close was that bullet to you?
Man, it was right on the bottom. Like we was coming out the club, and it was a guy like had hopped in the car. He's a young dude, and my guy had went off on his little OG. You know what I'm saying? So he gets in the car, and he just like trying to get up on us. But what he didn't know was when I left the club, my partner, we had two other guys with us. You know what I'm saying? And they was, you know, quote unquote hitters, and they was in another car. So they was behind us, and so when the guy was trying to get around us, he couldn't really get around us. So he had to turn off. So when he turned off, that's when he started busting, but he couldn't really, he a young dude, he not no, he hanging out the car, you can't shoot straight like that. This ain't TV, that's TV, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess he thought he was I don't know, James Bond or somebody, but that's TV though, you know what I'm saying? So he was shooting, and he could only he could only reach like my side, but really to be honest, the bullet hit the ground. He didn't even he hit the ground and came up by the car on my side. So he it was all good though. I mean, I don't know somebody shot back, so nobody didn't get hit though, but I guess it was because we both was kind of in traffic, so it was a boom, boom, boom with, my people that was some people that did shoot back. They, his back window got shot and he got on down. So, I mean, it wasn't no beef like that. I mean, me and the guy wasn't into it, you know what I'm saying? It's just a situation, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when it comes to death, are you afraid of it?
Well, I mean, we all gotta go. I mean, I go, I'm gonna go to heaven, you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that, so, but I'm not worried about it like that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to try to, stay alive as much as they can, but, I mean, not like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, but not like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put it like this, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not, oh man, I don't want to die, because I made my peace with God years ago, so I'm cool, on that end. But not really, I don't really dwell on it like that, I drink water every day, I try to work out and run, when I leave here, I'm gonna go work out. So, I don't think about it like that, you know what I'm saying?
Have you had a near-death experience?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hey, I done had a true near-death experience. Like, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I done had a few. I done had a few on the gun side, and I done had a few on the get high side.
Oh.
Yeah, man. One time, man, I was when I was younger, they used to sell. Well, I used to sell this weed, and the weed, which people know that's from my era and that know about this, they used to call the weed in Memphis ink.
Okay.
But what it was embalming fluid sprayed on the weed. You see what I'm saying? So I used to be smoking it like a lot. So it was it's hallucinating and all that. And bro, this is a true story. Like, this really happened to me. And like, when I got older, I thought I was freaking out, but what it was I had a real near-death experience. I was in a public place eating with this drug connect I was talking to. He was a white guy, you know what I'm saying? And we do business all the time, every day, man.
Okay.
Really, we see each other every day because we was hustling together, and I was reading up off him. So it was just crazy because I was smoking that stuff, and at the time I think I was like I might have been 18 or 19. I might have been like 19 years old.
All right.
And we was in a real rich outskirts area of Memphis, and we was at this restaurant, man. It was real nice restaurant, and he had took me out because, you know what I'm saying, we was making so much money. He was just so happy. When he ran into me, he had the supply and I had the demand, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we met at this job site. And then when we finally started moving it, he was just so much money coming in, like he was happy, I was happy. So we kicking it, we smoking all day, and I'm smoking it, we smoking that stuff. But I'm really going in on it, you know what I'm saying? And man, I was at the table, and I get off the table. I get like, I'm sitting at the table talking to him, and it's like, man, this is a true story, bro. Like the whole room went sideways, tilted just a little bit, like a TV. Like TV be doing that. It actually did that, and it like I was watching everybody, and everything was a movie. It's like I wasn't there. It's like I was there, but I wasn't there. Everybody became a TV show. And no, seriously, watch that. I'm finna mess you up though. So I'm sitting at the table like this, and he's sitting across from me. So all of a sudden, I'm telling him, I said, his name was Bobby. I said, Bobby, man, I don't feel right, man. I think I smoked too much or something. I don't know. I'm real paranoid. He said, I mean, he just paranoid. He laughing at me. He said, he's just paranoid. And then like, all of a sudden, it's like I'm watching him through a TV, and I'm talking to him, and it's like he in the TV talking back to me. But it ain't a TV, it's like it's a TV. It's like everything is around me. It's like I'm seeing it, but I'm watching y'all. So then it's like, I said, nah, man, this is real weird. Like I was high, but man, this was something else, and I'm gonna show you. At first I thought I just was high. Bruh, it was like, then it just clicked, and then I'm standing up, and I'm looking down on him. So I look to the left of me, and I see myself.
Oh my gosh.
Bruh, and I'm telling you something, man, I really think that I died like right there, just like that. But I just was like, because see, when I was there in the thing, I was like this. On the table, I was just like this. Like I had my head down like I had just like, because when I say I blink, I just like this. So when it blinked back, I raised my head up. It's like I died, bro, like real talk. Like I'm talking like bam. Then I was on the side, I said, what in the world? And it like messed me up. And man, it's like everybody in there, like I'm standing up, nobody saw me. So that's why I look back on that, man, and I was like, man, that was a near-death experience. I must have died and came back right quick. It had to have been, because I ain't never heard no drug. Okay, put it like this. I got high later on, of course I left that stuff alone when that happened. I called some people that really loved me and cared about me, and they came and got me, and they thought I was, a bad, my mom, they thought like, son, you out here too, you too out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing? And so they was just like, I'm talking about dad, I said, man, I ain't got so high, man. I said, I didn't smoke something I ain't supposed to be smoking, He was just like, well, just calm down, drink some water, You go calm down. I drank some milk or whatever, drink water, and my mom was crying. It was, it was a bad day right there. Still living in Cyber Garden Projects, and it just messed up. So, but in my brain, I had left the stuff alone for a while. Really, I left the little wet stuff. They call it wet, So I left it all the way alone. But anyway, I just felt like that was like the most craziest thing I've seen, bro. Like, I don't know.
I've heard of some near-death experiences, either in documentaries or interviews, where people, they see this light. And it's the phrase, I saw the light, but I don't know, and I was going towards the light, but for whatever reason, I came back down from the light, and I'm still alive. Have you ever seen that phrase, the light, before in any of your near-death experiences, or?
No. When I was on the gun side of it, it was just bullets like whistle past my ear, and I could have died. Like I didn't die. I didn't get hit or nothing like that. But that's what happened. Bullets whistling past my ear. I could hear the bullets. It was real scary. Yeah, because I was a situation where we was at this house, and me and this guy out of Orange Mound that I thought was a good friend of mine, but he turned out to be a real snake sitting with the prosecutor. We was on a mission, and we was in neighborhood Orange Mound, and the guy had pulled up while we was in their house, and we was coming out their house, and they seen us, and they pulled up, and they was busting, and I had left mines in the car because it was like a break-in situation. It was robbery, but it wasn't, the strong arm aggravated. So I left it in the car because I said, we calculated they wasn't gonna be there. So then they pulled back up, and when they pulled back up, they was busting, and we was jumping fences, and that's when the bullet was, and Like, like people think, like I be seeing TV, I be seeing stuff happen, I be like, hey, whoever wrote that know what they talking about. Yeah, because it can happen like that, but, but nah, other than that, nah, I never seen no light, nah.
Now, what do you think happens or believes happens when someone passes away?
When a person dies?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's judgment day then, like, I just, I go off the Bible, like, shoot, I mean, you gotta stand in front of God, like you gotta be judged and for your bad and your good, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, that's why me personally, I don't judge a person for what they do, or, I mean, who am I to judge anyway, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not a saint, so I don't judge nobody. I try not to do that because, it's saying in the Bible, you don't judge not that you don't get judged. So I'm just trying to, get it right with God myself, as much as I can. So, like that's what happens. That's what I believe. I believe a person get judged and, and then it's like, it's eternal, damnation or it's eternal in heaven, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the two, you know what I'm saying? That's the truth, you know what I'm saying?
You mentioned heaven already. In this
Yeah.
conversation, you said you're going to heaven.
Yeah, I know that, you know what I'm saying? If we want to get on religion, we can do that too, you know what I'm saying? I do that too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am. I believe that, because see, this is my thing. I believe if a person, see, a lot of people, people have their beliefs about religion, and I mean, hey, that's, God, I pray we all have our understanding get open more. But I just look at it like, man, if a person, get it right with God as far as like, accepting Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior and all that, I mean, God, Jesus the one died on the cross and did the work, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I accept that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But now that don't mean that, I don't need to, try to better myself while I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I should, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't, I think that now that part right there, that's the part people get it misconstrued and people judge other people and they say, well, dude can't he this, he ain't right this, but only God can judge though, you know what I'm saying? And that's just like when people be talking about Christians and Muslims and all that. See, I don't get into that because I look at it like, well, if a person is Muslim, I know plenty of dudes that are Muslim that are good dudes, like very good dudes. So, I can't, the person said, well, man, they didn't accept Jesus Christ, they Lord. Well, hold on, brother, hold on. But so I don't think, I think God is a merciful God and a good God. So I don't think that, a guy that's a Muslim, if a person say, well, he ain't accept this or he not going to heaven, this, that, and the other. But see, the person that's talking is not God. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you not God, so how can you say that? You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not going to say that. I'm not, I know what the Bible say. I get that, and I roll with that. But at the same time, that's more than true. But God know that a person, it's like this. If you want to go to heaven, I believe you can go to heaven. If you seeking after God and not, you gonna go to heaven. I believe that. Because I don't think a person, even a person that's not, he could be, I don't know, he could be of another type of religion. If he's truly seeking knowledge and seeking God, I don't think God gonna just leave him straight like that, because God love us all. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing with that. You know what I'm saying? So like when I say what I say what I say because that's what I seek. I seek after righteousness. I seek after, God. I wanna go to heaven. I want my children to know, have the knowledge to go to heaven. My sons and my stepdaughter, I want them to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit up here and I'm not gonna speak hell, you know what I'm saying? Because what you're saying is what you're having, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit up here and say, man, no, I used to talk like that when I was in the streets and I was like, considered myself a lost and a bad person. I knew where I stood, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was, you know what I'm saying? But, as I got older and as I, got more knowledge and started seeking God, you know what I'm saying, then it's like, yeah, I'm good out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm good because I know God is, I put it like this. I know God is a loving God. You know what I'm saying? Like agape love, like not the human love, but we talking godly agape love. So that's why I say what I say. I say it because I'm going off of him. I ain't going off of me. You see what I'm saying? Because if we went off of me, well, you know, shoot, I wouldn't have to try to get myself right now, would I? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have to ask God for help in this and help in that. I have everything. I can snap my finger. You know what I'm saying? I'm a God now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, don't get it twisted. It do work like that, but it work like that in your world. Because what you speak is what you have. You the God of your world. So what you say is what you gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I talk this a lot, you know, here and there, and I ain't finna, you know, preach your head off, but you know, a lot of people, they look at me, they be like, man, I ain't no pet was on that. I ain't no pet was on that. But I mean, this is the thing, man, you know, I mean, thank God that he did open my understanding some, that I ain't a dummy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like I tell dudes that I meet that's in the street, you know, there's young dudes and all that. I mean, you know, I done it all. Like done it all. I fed, penitentiary, state, all that. You know, I ain't never. They took me down for drugs once before, but I never been convicted of drugs. They took me down for murder before, but I ain't never been convicted of murder. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I got a few convictions, you know, here and there. You know, little small ones here and small ones there. You know what I'm saying? But I done it all, man. I used to con artists, play paper, you know, sell dope, every kind you can name, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I done it all. I never got into the heroin game like that, but I had close friends of mine who was in it strong. My one guy, he just beat a heroin charge, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, I done it backwards, forwards, and backwards, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking plane, bring it on the plane, all that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, you know, I'm gonna say this, I'm not proud of a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff in the beginning of my career, I didn't really speak on. I rapped about it, but I didn't speak on it in interviews because my thing was, man, I was just getting out of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did Getty Green, Mr. Don't Play, man, I was just really like taking my hands off the drugs, you know what I'm saying? Off the guns and the drugs, and like, you know, like I had to kind of like move smooth. I had like some little light, strong beef out here too, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking like some murder, you know what I'm saying? Not no playing, you know, not no putting it on YouTube type stuff, like real business. But you know, that all got squashed. You know, people can't, you know, people got them, you know, got their little payback or whatever, and you know, some went to jail, some didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it got squashed because far as like people got caught up on other charges and, you know, did a lot of years. And so, you know, but, you know, here nor there, I ain't gonna really speak on all that. But, you know, I mean, I just thank God, like, you know, I know that God had his hand on me because it's not like when I sit back and I think, I say, man, this is what I say. I look at it like this. And a lot of people that's out here should look at it like this. The devil's the real killer. The Satan, the devil's real, whether they believe it or not, the devil's real. And the devil's busy, and the devil's not gonna play with you. So if you're out here, I mean, my little cousin died when he was 20. I was 24, and my little cousin was, he was 20. I was 26. My little cousin was 20. And my little cousin got murdered. He was out here wilding. Oh, he was out here wilding. That's my little guy. I tried to keep him, you know, told him he could rap. He was good. He could rap and everything. I was finna bring him in with us, but he couldn't leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up dying, and it was sad. It was real sad because it's like when I seen that, when my cousin, he was with me all the time, and when he got murdered, it just hurt my heart, like because you know me and his auntie real close. I mean, my auntie, his mama, we real close, and he had got on the drugs real bad. He had got on the heroin, and I rapped about him in a song on Mr. Don't Play when I was talking about last year my cousin took a fall, a sad song, seemed like he was just all alone. Now he gone. We was just on the phone, now he gone. Yeah, The Life We Live, yep. The Life We Live was about my cousin, my little cousin. It was a true, just real business. Like, and you know, when he died, it was just messing me up. So it made me say, man, you know, I gotta like really lead this, like I rapped about it, but when it happened, That's what made me like really induct myself into the rap game fully. My brother Juicy, he was doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I had just got out on a robbery, and you know, I still had my hands in the drugs, and you know, it wasn't even a liking for the game. It just that, you know, when I got out, you know what I'm saying, dudes was glad to see me. Guys around me was glad to see me, so they blessed me right back in, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it wasn't about, you know, I could have took another route if I wanted to, because really, you know, I'm my own. You know, man for you anything, do what I want to do. But, you know, that was part of me. That still was me. You know, I wasn't seeing no rap money. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, shoot, man, you know, this is what we doing. This is what we've been doing. Let me get back to doing what I've been doing. I moved a little smoother, though. I didn't come so ape, and, you know, I thought about stuff that I did before I did it, and I moved slower with it. And, you know, my little cousin, he wasn't around me in it like that. He was doing his thing with my other little cousins, and man, I don't know, man, he just got on the drugs, and then like when he got on the drugs, it just hurt my heart. And then when he got on the drugs, I tried to get him off, take him to rehab. I was picking him up, taking him there, and it just was a sad situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he was out there pretty bad, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't judge him though. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I didn't do. You know, he had a few people in our family that did, but I didn't judge him. You know what I'm saying? I used to be around him. He needed something. He used to be with me. We used to be kicking it. I didn't never judge him. So, you know, that and when he passed and got shot up, it wasn't about the streets when he got shot up. The street to street. You know, I was never afraid of that. That's whatever. But it's just when he died, I kind of got a notion of, man, you know what? I need to go on, man, and try to live me a life out here, cause you can die out here. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And that's what kind of like got me like to move forward in life on some grown man time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Now, in the event you pass away, what do you want to be remembered for?
Well, you know, to be honest, man, a lot of people say they want to leave legacies and all that, but my thing is, it's about what you teach your children. It's about what you leave to your family. Let that be your legacy. Have a legacy with your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, like, far as the rap game, man, this is a job. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? This is a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the job done, get the money, and go home. You know what I'm saying? And that's the job, to go home. You know, get the money and go home. Like, I mean, you know, it's cool. I got passion for the game. I mess with it. But at the end of the day, this is a job, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to be, as far as remembered by on a legacy tip, I want my son to tell his son, man, my daddy was real. My daddy taught me this. My daddy taught me that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I got a daddy, you know, I'm a daddy's man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my daddy, he's still living. And my granddaddy, he passed like a few years, some years back. And you know what I'm saying, on my daddy's side, and you know, that was like my guy, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he always was entrepreneur. He always was, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, running his own thing, doing his own thing. And my dad the same way, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I teach my sons and tell my sons every day about real life, you know, like everything. I don't hold nothing back from them. I don't sugarcoat nothing, you know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. I want to be legacy-wise. I just want my legacy. As long as it's in my family, I ain't really worried about nothing else.
How old is your dad?
Man, my daddy just turned 70, 69, 70, yeah, 70. He just turned 70, yeah. And he's still moving and grooving. He's driving out of town, kicking. He having a ball out here, you know.
Does he look like he's 70? Does he look like he's younger?
No, he look younger. He look like he might be right, just turning 50, like real talk. Yeah, he a health nut. He got me on it. He the one got me on some healthy stuff. Yeah, he a health nut. He looking good out here. He straight. He good. Yeah.
What about your grandfather? How old was he when he passed?
My granddaddy passed. He was I want to say he was like 88, maybe 80, 88. They, you know, all my folks from Mississippi. You know, everybody from Memphis. Like Memphis, like we a city that's really, we should have been Memphis, Mississippi. I mean, we salute, we Tennessee, so we gonna stand on that, but we so close to Mississippi, like we mess with Mississippi the long way. Like that's our folks. Everybody, like both my mama and my daddy, grandmama, granddad, all is from Mississippi. Yeah, they from different parts of Mississippi, you know. Everybody in Memphis, folks is from Mississippi mainly.
How did he pass?
My granddaddy, he just, man, he used to smoke a little pipe, and I think it was Council, but it wasn't like, he had stopped smoking it, but he still, it was like in his lungs. My uncle had passed just recently. My first cousin, my older cousin, he passed on that same situation.
Is it lung cancer specifically or something in the lung?
Well, my granddad, I think it was lung cancer. I think it was. I think it was either that or it was in his throat. It was in his throat or something spread.
But maybe something that contributed from the smoking?
It was more than likely from that pipe. It was more than likely from that pipe.
Now, something you said I'm just curious about.
Okay.
In this discussion, you mentioned you did some dope dealing at one point in your life, and you touched a lot of different drugs, but one drug you never touched was heroin.
Well, I never sold heroin. Heroin is the type of drug that it's tricky. Like, let me tell you something. People who know about streets and real drugs gonna feel me on this one. When you're dealing with heroin, you got to know how to put a cut on the heroin. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a neighborhood full of bodies, and here come the police. And when they come, you're gonna get charged. Oh, you got to know what you're doing with that heroin. You can't be playing, it ain't like cocaine. Like cocaine, a person could keep smoking rocks and mess around, his heart could bust just cause, you know, it's cocaine. A person could snort the powder and just get, but when you're dealing with heroin, man, you got to know what the cut is, because if somebody if it get back to who sold them the drugs, and then they go to sleep and don't wake back up. I mean, you got a serious problem. I know, like some guys that was with my partner up in Chicago, and my guy just recently beat a situation, and it was messed up how they got the initial investigation. Cause somebody didn't mix the heroin right, some of the workers. And when they didn't mix it right, they didn't know what they was doing, and they thought, oh, we finna get rich. And they, people that I think what they was thinking was, they didn't want to put too much cut on it, cause they was thinking, oh man, gonna put too much cut on it, cause we want the people coming back. They thinking like cocaine, but that's a different kind of. This is a different kind of situation, you know what I'm saying? So they bust a move, and they end up like 2 bodies in the neighborhood. And when them bodies dropped, the feds came in, and that's how it all happened.
I see.
Yeah, I always knew that, so I ain't never deal with heroin. And then mainly, I grew up in the crack era, so that's mainly what was popping. Heroin was around, but it wasn't popping like that.